Well, that's the walk of the Australian Open champion. Hard to believe that no human has ever held the Norman Brooks Challenge Cup more than Novak Djokovic. When he arrived, we thought he was going to be a good player. When he beat Joe Wilfried Tsonga in 2008, we thought he might be around a while, but I'm not sure whether we thought he was going to become arguably the best we've seen.
No, the way that he has lifted every aspect of his game from his endurance, which was a problem early in his career. He had to default a match on a really hot day against Andy Roddick here in this tournament. Now it's hard to see him really not making it through any challenges right now. He's gone gluten-free. He's really covered every base. He's really lifted what it means to be a professional tennis player. All the young kids coming up look to what he's doing, and they see how much work is ahead of them.
He's now just the 5th man in the Open era to win 6 titles at a major. Rafa, 9 at Roland Garros. Pete Sampras and Roger, 7 at Wimbledon. Bjorn Borg, 6 at Roland Garros. And Novak now, he pretty much owns Melbourne Park, and he's walking through Garden Square behind us. Thousands of Serbians around Australia delighted, and hundreds here applauding him. It's become a roar. Caught up with Boris Becker during the week, Jim, and my naive sort of statement was how masterful his first 2 sets were against Roger Federer. His response was almost, well, 2's not going to get it done.
Yeah.
These guys, this team, they're demanding so much from themselves, and 11 with an asterisk now, majors.
Yeah, and you just have to wonder, maybe we'll ask him what he has in mind as his target number, because remember, this time last year, before the tournament, he was on 7 majors, and now he's on 11, and closing that gap to Nadal, who's on 14, and of course 17. That's the big number that Roger Federer has.
So 4 of the last 5 majors, a loss only at Roland Garros last year in the final to Stan. And I don't even know what that is. I was going to say koala. It might even be a wombat. It's certainly...
We're about to find out. It's about to be in here. Here comes the man. Okay, sorry guys. You ready? Yeah, I'm ready.
I guess that's what it feels like to be a rock star.
I mean, I had the fortune to win this trophy 6 times, but I've never experienced something like this after, you know, the winners usually come to you guys in the studio after a win, but I've never experienced this much crowd and this much love. Thank you. Thank you. It's amazing.
That cup, no human has ever held it up more times than you. That must be quite a feeling. Do you enjoy rewriting the history books?
Yeah, it's... we love you. It's in Serbian. Volim ja vas. Well, it's an incredible feeling, especially because of the fact that I managed to make history tonight and equal Roy Emerson's record of 6 Australian Opens. That's why, of course, this trophy is even more unique for me tonight. And when you have an opportunity to make history, it adds to that motivation and incentive before you come out on the court. I tried not to think about it too much, but yet again, I tried to use that, channel that in a positive way and use it as a kind of encouragement for a good performance.
Yeah, this time last year, before the tournament, he just won 7 majors, only 7. Now it's up to 11. Is it changed the way you're looking at what your target is in your career?
Well, I mean, there's no doubt that I'm playing the tennis of my life in the last 15 months, and results are showing that, and I'm just trying to keep it up. And I don't want to think how far I can go or where my boundaries are. Of course, I do prepare myself always to perform my best in the Grand Slams and to fight for these trophies as anybody else. And you saw, I mean, how difficult it was for Andy in the ceremony after it. I know that feeling. I understand him, and I feel for him. Obviously, I know what he has to go through as a player, and all the effort and energy he has to put in to get himself in the finals and lose 5 times in the Australian Open finals. But as I said there, I sincerely feel that if he continues on working, he's going to have another crack, another chance at this trophy.
How close are you to Andy? I mean, you speak about Andy with affection. Do you speak to Andy during the week, or is it not something you do?
Yeah, we do. We do speak.
Will you speak
of course. I mean, we know each other since we were 11 years old. So I mean, but we don't go for dinners. We are not that good of mates. I would say that we would share maybe some intimacy, especially during the tournament. You know, it's difficult. It's difficult because at this stage of our careers, we're big rivals, and we meet every few weeks. We play for big trophies, and it's hard. You know, it's individual sport. You keep with your team, but I'm sure, and we always like to joke around about that. That after a career, we'll, you know, when things kind of cool down a little bit, we'll sit down and go through things. It's going to be different, but I still feel we have a tremendous respect for each other, and which is the most important thing.
How do you explain your record against him since the Wimbledon final where he beat you? You've now beaten him 11 out of 12 times. Why is that?
Well, I mean, of course, I prepare myself the best for these 3 guys, Nadal, Federer, and Murray. You know, those 3 guys are the biggest rivals I have. No disrespect to other players. Of course, there are some great players like Berdych, Ferrer, Wawrinka, who joined the mix and won a couple of Grand Slam titles, of course. But you know, these 3 guys have been the most dominant ones next to me, and I've been trying to analyze my game when I play. Sorry, they're asking me to throw away the shoes. Sorry. I mean, just it's hard.
They can hear you if you want to say something to them. You're on the PA.
What should I say?
Whatever you want to say.
Aj, pa.
They hear you.
Volim vas, hvala vam. Volim vas puno.
What did you say?
So of course, I do try to analyze their game, my game with my team, and trying to get myself to a high level. And when I get to play them, I know exactly what kind of game plan I need to execute. Easier said than done, but I managed to find the right formula for Andy.
Where you are mentally right now, we've been discussing this. Do you walk onto the court expecting to beat whoever's on the other side rather than being confident?
There is no reason to be anything else except optimistic.
Yeah.
In my eyes, that's the kind of approach I have. At this stage of my life, where I've won almost every tournament that I've played, you know, I think it's fair for me to actually think confidently, believe that I can win every match that I play on, and have that kind of attitude in life. And it's been working so far, so why not still keep on going?
Wonderful to watch you. You're home now to Yelena and Stefan before the tour continues, I assume.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful time with them. And
thank you so much. Thank you for having me, and thank you all to all the fans on the TV screens and everybody who was here. They broke a record again, and this slam is literally the best out of 4 in terms of, you know, the facilities, the fans, everything. It's quite, they're setting a high standard. So I want to congratulate Australian Open for another great tournament.
Well done to you.
Thank you.